I'm Morgan Jackson, a local reporter here at the National Stadium for the Icelandic Cup Final between Stjarnan and Grindavik. Now, both teams will be wanting to win, so they are in European football next season. Manager of Grindavik, will you be a success? Yeah, look, Hogs, I certainly hope so. We've beaten this mob twice in the league already, so I'll be annoyed if we go and lose at Cup Final now to them. And, well, Thor knows we need the money that European football could bring, so let's hope we bring it. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. Season 2, Episode 6 today, and a chance to put a first trophy in our cabinet as we face Stjarnan in the Icelandic Cup Final. A competition the club has never won. They did make the final back in '94, I think it was, but unfortunately lost. So let's hope second time round it's much better and we can go and, as I say, lift the trophy and perhaps more importantly than that, qualify for Europe for next season, which would be absolutely huge, particularly if we can go deep into Europe, get into a group stage and get that group stage money. But the other game we have today is in the league against IBV, and we'll be playing that one shortly. But before anything else, we do need to have a look at the one game in between two episodes. That was against Fell something. We took a first half lead when Oskarsson found Saskapong. So just the one goal in this one. We were dominant though, without the goals, as we tend to be at times. We did change things up a little bit, just a couple of fresh legs in there, but ultimately we were too good for them. The score flattered them, to be honest. It should have been a little bit more. So for the league table, well, we sit top with a game in hand, and there is 22 games in the season, so 8 games for us to go, 7 for the others. We are 9 points ahead of 4th place, so top 3 should get us a new contract, and we're looking okay for that. And we've got IBV here coming up very shortly, and that you'd like to think is a game we could win, though we did drop points to this mob, so anything is possible, I suppose. So let's have a look and see what we're doing here. Not much has happened off the park. You can see all the other fixtures there as well since last episode. Just the one game before we had to come back for the final. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is the team that we are sending out. We are definitely sort of keeping players fresh for the final, but more importantly, anybody on a booking, we don't want players suspended for the final. So that's why there's some changes being made here as well. So it is the guy we signed, the keeper we signed on loan, Aaron Borchson. He is going to get the start in goal for us. He's a little bit concerned about the lack of playing time. My thought process here is that there is a chance, however small or large, that we could get him back next season. Zivkovic, we know, is leaving. There's nothing we can do. That's signed, sealed and delivered. So I'm going to try and keep him happy here between now and the end of the year and just kind of see what happens. The back four is going to be Binnaku, Gunnarsson, though he is not a ball player. It will be Antonsen and Runarsson as well. It will be Sayas, Maya, and Hai, the Vietnamese man. It will be Augustinson. What am I looking at? Oskarsson and Moa. Johnson will go up front, and let's hope that we can get the job done here. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Don Dietzen. If I mentioned that name before, that's a good name, isn't it? I don't recognise too many others there. There's a couple non-Icelandic names, so we don't really know how good they are. I think we've just got to take some pressure off here. Just relax. Go out there, play your natural game. The result should take care of itself. This isn't the strongest team in the world. We played them in the cup as well, I think, if you remember in the... Was it the semi-final or was it the quarter-final? It must have been the quarter-final, sorry, because semi-final we played the team that's up there with us in the league, didn't we? So anyway, we are away from home for this one, which always makes it a little bit more difficult than it otherwise could be. But hopefully, like I say, we'll be good enough to see this one through. We can probably just skip this and get to the game. I do need to say a very big thank you to a new Patreon supporter whose name has escaped me right now, so I'll have to come back to that. Yeah, I'll come back to that next game, but I've forgot to write down the name. Here we go. We've got a ball forward. Sayas to Gunnarsson. Can we get something going here? Looking for Moa. Wrong side for him. He chips it in. Jonsson is there, and it's flicked away. And is that the highlight? Doesn't look like it is. We're going to keep playing. There's a ball back to the goalkeeper. Jesus Christ. Moa over the top. We'll encourage them. What about lofted cross? A cross goal to your goalkeeper. Will not be thanking him for that. And if we can... Oh, that's a foul. Now, is that a red card? It's borderline. I think... Is he going to send him off? It was rough as well, and he has sent him off. It might be one of those, a yellow for the harshness of the tackle and a yellow for the place of the foul. I can't quite stick that in the back of the net. So it is still 0-0, albeit they are a man short. Let's see what we can do with this. Runarsson is quick, he can tackle, but that's pretty much what he has to offer. Oh, Jesus. And that is a corner. And it's maybe a little bit lucky because it goes off the post like that. You know what we might do is we'll just lower the tempo down here. If they're a man down, we want to kind of just take our time and try and move them around, I would think. That's headed free. We've got Moa now, who gets away from the first tackle. Oskarsson is with him. Moa, as a left footer, is probably running the wrong side of the field there. It falls for Maya, and that's hit the crossbar. Well, the woodwork is very hard working in this one, isn't it? Moa now with a corner. Antonsen at the near post, and that is just over. Come on, boys. What we really don't want to be doing is dropping points here. Albeit, you know, we've picked a bit of a weakened team to protect players for the final. Let's go with I'm not happy. We've fired them up with that. And hopefully they'll get out there and show what they're made of here in this second half. We've got a free kick, high to take. It is in but headed away. Can Maya win that back for us? And he can eventually. Gets it forward quickly, looking for Jonsson. Jonsson is in behind. I don't know if he's onside. Can he pull it back to a teammate? Runarsson to Oskarsson. Oskarsson to Maya. Oh! Harvard Maya with an absolute belter to get the second half underway here. And, well, does it move in the air or is it just an absolute rocket? It's got a little bit, doesn't it? It does have a little bit of bend on it. And that is a very, very special goal indeed. And it could be a very important goal as well. It breaks the deadlock, obviously. But perhaps more importantly than that, it allows us a little bit of a respite in terms of dropping 3 points as opposed to just one if we do happen to make a mistake here. Moa. It's forward there for Runarsson. Runarsson lines it up. Maya looking for the double. Jonsson, I don't know if he was onside. It's cleared away. And it is indeed the end of the highlight. Let's try demanding a little bit more. That's frustrated and pressurized people. Not ideally what I was looking to do. 19 shots, 6 on target. Only 52% possession. So let's maybe just go back to what we know. Yeah, let's maybe just go back to that. Binetku is looking complacent, which is never ideal. He's not having the greatest game we've ever seen from a left-back either. Ball over the top. Gunnarsson is there. Runarsson now. Ball forward for High. Looking for and finding Jonsson. Jonsson with a goal. Is it? It's a good tackle, is it? Nicks it off his toe just as he was about to take the shot. And forward again. I think he's offside this time. It's saved and he is offside. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Socceroos getting out of the group in the World Cup. Wonderful to see. completely taken by shock there. I didn't think we'd get a point. Never mind 6 of them. So, yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And I suspect Messi's going to be disappointed in the next round. 10 minutes to play. It is still just the one goal. Meyer has got himself a booking. So let's get Helgeson on for him. Jonsson, no, it's High. And it is definitely High. Jesus Christ. High by name, High by nature on that one. That was absolutely blasted over the top. We are coming towards the end here. Can we now just see 25 shots? Jesus Christ, where's our finishing? But there we go. We've got the win. It was a Maya sensational strike that has got us there. Like I say, not the most convincing, but we got there. The result that matters, isn't it? So there we go. We can see the other results. It looks as though both of the other teams, HK and Fulgner, have both won. So it's as you were, and yeah, the gap is still 9 points to fourth, but that should be very manageable now. And we do defeat the 10 men. Maya shines with an absolutely stunning performance. We'll give him a little bit of praise for that. Let's hope he's got another one of those to come in the final, because that is coming up next. All right, welcome back. Who is ready for a cup final? You can see Stjarnan are the favourites, only just, though. It's a pretty much even betting game across the board there. But well, let's see what we can do. We are expecting a 4-3-3 out of them, and well, we're essentially matching them up. So it is Ajabornsen. I've got a whole different name now. In goal, Binaku, Adel Steinson, Magoma and Sheba is the back four. Sayas, Meyer and Litzen in midfield. And Dongala and Moa, who hasn't particularly recovered from the last game. Hopefully, we'll be able to get 90 minutes out of him. Saskafong's going to go up top. Of course, Litzen, he's announced his retirement at the end of the year. A chance for him to lift a major trophy. Something the club has never done. Let's see if we can change that here, though. All right, so we can see the team sheet there. Don't recognise any names of trauma from the past. I'll tell you what, this suit has shrunk since I wore it last. Jesus Christ, I've got to stop eating. All right, so what do you want to say to this? Go out there, prove everyone that you're winners. I think we've just got to, ignore the praise, just play a natural game. And, just enjoy the fact that we're in a cup final. No pressure whatsoever. But if you don't win and we're not in Europe, you're all going to have to take a pay cut. Now, while waiting for this to get underway, I can now actually thank my Patreon supporter, Daniel King. Thank you so much, mate. Sorry, I just completely blanked on the name. Massively appreciated. As I've said, it feels like just last episode. Obviously, I've been quite lucky this week with Patreon supporters. If you do enjoy the content and you are able to, there is a link in the description below to the Patreon. There's little, different tiers and ways that I can try and say thank you to you, in sort of mostly involving stuff in games. So, if you're interested, then go and check that out. But if not, just watch the ads for me and it is absolutely fine. But yeah, massive thank you to Daniel and the rest of my Patreons as well. But let's worry about this game now. We've got off to a familiar start, dominating possession, but not really creating anything with it. Maya is looking aggressive, which is always slightly troublesome. But hopefully he's not going to do anything silly here. And we've got a throw, and Dongala back to Sheba, Maya. Digs out across, Binaku down for Litzen, who goes down, and a penalty has been given. And our retiring midfielder, can he give us a lead in the cup final? He stands over the penalty. Bjornitsen in goal. Oh, and Litzen has buried it. And it is 1-0 to Grindavik. It is a 7th goal, I think it said, for Litzen on the season. And, well, he snuck it through. And Morty apparently is in the room as well. He likes that. And, well, I'm not sure if he's going to come and say hello, but we might see a cut very shortly. All right, that's 1-0 at halftime. It looks like a bit of a better crowd than the semi-final as well, which I suppose you would expect. Well, now, is it a case of don't get complacent, or is it a continue to play without pressure? It's got to be a don't get complacent, doesn't it? I think everybody is... Yeah, I'm looking motivated and inspired. That's what I do to a dressing room. Usually when I leave. All right. Let's see if we can go on with this in the second half now. Magoma is playing well. Everybody is, for the most part, playing well. They've registered a couple of shots. I mean, they've got nothing to lose. The game is ticking by very, very quickly. Let's give it a focus. I would love a second goal, but if we don't have any highlights, we can't have any goals. So part of me, I had to open my mouth, didn't I? Can we get that away, please? We can. Going to come back in, though. It's going to come back in, and it is. Oh, and it is back in, and it's the first time they've scored against us all season. And, of course, it comes in the cup final. So it is 1-1. Headed away. And, well, Litzen got out there relatively quickly. Binaku just couldn't And Airborne Johnson in goal also just couldn't quite keep it out. We've got a highlight though. And Dongala. Oh dear, don't fall in a heap here, boys. Adel Steinson reads it like a book. There's a ball for Saskafong. Saskafong! Oh, I feel like Gary Neville. It is a 14th goal of the season for Saskafong. And we are back in front. A wonderful, wonderful thing. And Moa was it with the ball through. Saskafong, he took it around the goalkeeper, and I thought the defender was going to get back. He did get back, and it looks like, well, I don't know what happened. It was after you, sir, and eventually Saskafong stuck it in the back of the neck. And, well, we praise. We are towards the end of the game here. Europe is calling. Europe is beckoning. Europe is coming to Grindavik. We have won the Icelandic Cup Final 2-1. Not a great game in terms of a spectacle, in terms of highlights, but I, for one, don't care. There we go. The captain on the day, I think it was Litz. No, it'd be Meyer, wouldn't it? Meyer is club captain. The Icelandic president will hand the club over to our Norwegian captain. And here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Grindavik, Icelandic Cup champions. Oh, what a day. Wonderful day. I love this song. It's so catchy. It's got to be a Eurovision song entrance, surely, for Iceland. But anyway, I told the chairman, I mean, he's got to be thanking Thor now. He's re-signed me, doesn't he? Because, I tell you what, I told him, I said, I will turn this team around. We've done that. We're a European team now, and if we go on to win promotion, well, then I think I get an Icelandic knighthood, surely. But anyway, the fans have been absolutely brilliant. Can't thank them enough, and hopefully a few more start showing up now. We need to pack out this home stadium of ours because we're in debt. We need all the fans we can get. But it's a wonderful day. Really good day. So there we go, a game that we dominated on the match stats, not so much on the scoreboard, but we responded quickly to them during level, and well, there we go. We do send Litzen off with a trophy. Saskafong as well is leaving, and you do suspect they're not going to be the only two given the financial state of the club. But there we go, we win the Mojo Kubakanen Cup. I'll try and say it every time we win it. We've received $5,000 for that. Actually, we'll probably end up losing money because we'll have to pay bonuses. But anyway, I've led the team to glory. The first time, like I say, the club have won it. The board are happy. So let's hope that that happiness results in a new contract for me. Surely now, even if we don't manage a top 3 finish, which we should do, we are going to get a new contract. We have qualified for next year's Europa Conference League. First qualifying round, we will enter it. Now, that is going to be a long way to get to a group stage and the money that comes with that. But you never know. Bonuses of $2,500. So we have made a small profit on it. And club finances, not really impacted, if we're completely honest. But anyway. We didn't really expect it to be. That will do it for today, though. There is the overview of the competition, and it's just a wonderful time to be alive. Saskafong ends up the top goal scorer in the competition, and yeah, that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. This will be final call for the Viewers Player of the Year nominations, and we'll be back next time. We will face Folsna, 3rd in the league at home. And then we will face Magni, who are a decent side, 6th, and away from home there. But if we can come through those 2 games, then we've got the last 4 games at home to Vestry, 7th, at home to this mob, who are 8th. Then we play them away in a game that we've got to make up. And then we go and host Volsunga, who are last in the league. They did take points off us last time. But you'd fancy us if we're in the top 2, if we're in a promotion place coming into September, surely we're going to hang on to it. Let's hope so anyway. I'll see you next time. Take care.